and welcome to another Kill James Bond bonus episode. I'm Alice Caldwell-Kelly. I'm joined, as always, by my friends Abigail Thorne and Devon.
Hey!
How you doing?
It's that time. It's that time again. You got Q's. We got A's. It's a Q&A. We like to do these from time to time. You can ask us questions and sort of like really foment some parasociality, you know, because most of all, we are your real life friends.
Yeah, no, most important thing you have to remember is that we are your friends in real life. So it's
We're
okay
also
to like
all single.
creatively razz me in the comments, and that definitely doesn't just earnestly upset me.
I love you, Anon.
If you find like a sort of like
Wow, your name. You're looking handsome today.
If you find like a sort of a personal insecurity on any three of us, what you want to do is like laser in on that in a really like folksy way. We really appreciate that because it makes us feel close to
Podcast
you.
to
And that's
GF.
the thing.
I'm making
That's
jokes
right.
about you on the pod that only you'll get.
This is a real perk that you can get if you date a podcaster.
Yeah, it goes with the downsides, which is you're dating a podcaster.
Yeah, is it a perk?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a perk. But then, yeah.
So it's been a little minute since we've done.
The downside is, sorry, Jem, the downside is if you break up with a podcaster, they will also make jokes about you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I would never
Not
do
that
such
I've
a
ever
thing.
done that.
I would never. Sorry, I got
First question.
completely thrown. leave that. I got completely thrown there. I'm really sorry. So it's been a minute or two since we've last done a Q&A. I don't remember when the last one was, but it was the 7th one we've done.
Months and months.
Months and months. We started off doing these once every like 5 episodes.
Yeah, it turns out that's
that was
too many
so
cues.
many. And we dropped to 10, and now it's just sort of when we feel like it.
Yeah, just as and when we're around. The last Q&A we did was literally before we started The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It was before To Trap a Spy.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, then this sort of serves as a little bit of a, maybe like an Uncle retrospective.
Yeah, it's
kind of
nice.
thing.
It's nice.
It's a bookend.
So,
One each side of the series.
Well, let's start with a nice, like, gentle and easy one. Awesome Zero asks, so far, what are your favorite and least favorite movies that you've had to watch for the podcast?
I feel like it's sort of against the spirit of this to pick your own choices.
Yeah, that's...
So I think the one that I've liked most unexpectedly was Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again.
Mamma Mia 2.
I had a great time with it. Just earnestly a good time. The one that I liked the least, weirdly, Castle of Cagliostro.
yeah, kind of mid.
I liked Cagliostro. The one there are a lot of ones I've watched that are like forgettable bad. Like there are ones I've watched and have recorded the episode, and then it's just like all semblance of knowledge about that movie's gone. But the one I like earnestly had the worst time watching was probably the modern Jack Ryan. It was just so
that's
like
a strong choice.
it was just bad, man.
I think you may also be sleeping on Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London.
See, again, that's just gone from my head. Like that's not stuck with me
It was
in
a
any
good
way.
episode. It was a good episode. It was a lot of fun to record, but watching, that dragged.
I don't know, man. Like all of the kids' movies ones we've done, which we've done we've done a remarkable amount of kids' movies.
That's true.
Because it's interesting to look at how the culture markets itself to the next generation, but also because it's funny. But like all of them have just disappeared from my head the moment I finished recording. Like they haven't stuck with me in the same way that the modern.
You know, I know that isn't true though.
If you play the London drop right now, I'm going to shoot you with a gun.
No.
I just want to be
That's
clear here.
not the drop. The drop is.
Somebody ring the Dingster!
Oh, Forever in a Heart.
Well, I liked that one. That's
Yeah.
the like the bad children's movies are just bad children's movies. The Spy Kids movies have a genuine place in my heart.
Okay, fine. You know what? What about So You're the Dog That Likes to Blow Up Buildings? That was a children's movie.
That was a children's movie. Yeah, you
Careful,
got me on that
Whitey.
one.
Also a
Fuck, I've already
children's
forgot
movie.
about Flushed Away.
So did I. Like some of the bad ones. Some of the bad ones slide off my brain.
On.
I think in terms of favorite films that we watched for the main feed, Spy with My Face was a wild. I hooted and hollered and cheered whilst watching that.
It was really good.
That was
The
really
Vault,
nice.
Come on.
Oh yeah,
What
the Vault
drops
was
do I
so
have
good.
from that?
That was such a good
You
episode.
don't feel anything
clown.
I tell you.
The inflatable clown. Oh, that was so
The
good.
inflatable clown. That was like
I
the genesis of
plumb
the cigarette
forgot
that
about
kills
the
you
inflatable
instantly.
clown.
Yeah, I also enjoyed on an intellectual level watching the Harrison Ford, Jack Ryan films, just because like, oh, they don't make films with this politics anymore. It really kind of made the political thesis of this podcast like click in a way.
Yeah, clear and present danger.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Clear and Present
in terms of
Danger.
like bonus feed, like the film that made the most impact on me was Hedwig, which was like genuinely like life changing, and I would never have seen it without that because I'm just kind of quite culturally ignorant. I'm still like grateful to Alice for introducing me to that film, which is just
completely
like,
agree.
Oh, I mean, any time. I'm still kind of sad that I like had a swing and a miss kind of with All About My Mother, but every time I think about what's going to be sort of like most emotionally devastating, and I just like load that one up into the chamber.
I think because it
So,
followed Hedwig, which had such a big like. There's now a Hedwig poster on the walls of my heart, a small one. But like, I think because All About My Mother had to follow that, it just didn't quite have the same impact for me.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's what I'm striving towards. You know, is
The
that
role had
kind of
already
like
been cast,
emotional
yeah.
devastation. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about guys in that case, because we've had a lot of guys we like to see.
True.
Mr. Venom asks, out of all the guys you like to see, do you have any definitive, like you see the name on the casting list and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to see my boy go?
I would say that that's sort of against the essence of a guy I love to see, because a guy I love to see is crucially a surprise. It's a guy that I don't think of often until I'm reminded of them by seeing their face.
It's the best kind
And
of
then I
Blorbo
go,
is the Blorbo who's a
guy.
surprise.
That's true.
Yeah. Where I think, oh fuck, that's that guy from, and I have to go through the like mental Rolodex to think, what else have I seen you in?
I think genuinely, and this is for the podcast, like gold standard guy I love to see is Vladek Shebal, because he's only shown up in 2 additional movies, and both times it's been like full caps in the group chat moment. Like they've got Kronstein in this bad boy.
The ultimate
Just-
guy we like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a don.
There's a guy that I would have loved to have seen had I known about him at the time.
The
A
subjunctive
retroactive
guy we would
I
have
love
loved to have
see.
seen.
Yeah. Which is in Tomorrow Never Dies. If you remember Henry Gupta, the like hacker guy, that's Ricky Jay, the like close-up magician. I didn't know shit about him. I read a very interesting sort of long article about him. He was like one of the best sleight of hand guys in the world working. He was like sort of like an incredible like historian of like scams and magic. And had I known that at the time, I would have been like, holy shit, that's Ricky Jay. I've seen incredible card tricks. You can watch him on YouTube. And like that's the guy that I that passed, the one that got away. You know, the guy I wish I could have seen.
That's fair. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Neat. I guess speaking of, HJ asks us, over the course of the pod, is there a particular performer you've come to really like, either by gaining a deeper appreciation of their acting or by just elevating them to a guy I love to see?
I have an answer, but anyone else want to like go first?
I do. I do have an answer to this, and I suspect that I will be accused of like, you know, career politicking here, but this is a genuine, like, sincere answer. Genuinely, Daniel Craig. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
I had seen most of the Craig Bond films before we started the podcast, all the ones that had come out, and I hadn't really thought too deeply about them. But actually having gone back and seen his performance in that now, also like having done more acting since then myself, and also having seen him in the Glass Onion films, I'm just like, damn, okay, he is actually like a really good actor, like technically, and also I think he is like getting better in his career. Like he was good to start with, and he's like getting better. And I went back and I watched The Invasion recently. He was in the reboot of The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He was the kind of male lead in that, and it's like interesting to see how that fits into like his career progression. Being like he's good in that, very solid, and then he's like getting better. So yeah, genuinely, that's just is Daniel Craig.
That's quite enough of that, my parasocial little friend. If you want to listen to the rest of this episode, you are going to have to go to our Patreon, patreon.com/killjamesbond, all one word, and sign up for just £5 a month at our lowest tier, which gives you all of the content. That's right. For just the cost of like a decent enough tape measure per month, you get all of the additional content. So what are you waiting for? I'll see you over there, friend. Not really, but you know how it works.